Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Combat Sports Weekly Live. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube, Coach Franco Rulloda. So if you're on Facebook, make sure you follow the Facebook page, Coach Franco Rulloda. And for everyone on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And of course, everybody joining me, the Titos of Fighting are complete. We have Tito Karl De Mesa and Tito JC Reyes of Destroy MNL.
Yes,
Ayan, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat.
We are complete tonight.
Lunes na naman.
Ayan,
Paritesa
Lunes
na naman.
Diba? So as always, we are going to dedicate a few minutes of our show. We're very jam-packed show tayo. Mag-admin work lang kami ni Tito JC. Habang nagkukwento si Tito Karl ng kanyang mga napanood na combat sports during the weekend. So let's start off with yung laban ni Yoel Romero. Nagulat nga ako eh. Sabi ko, Yoel Romero. Sabi ko, alam mo, parang, diba, everybody said he's an oddity. Kahit ako, when I saw him, buti nung nag-UFC shot, sabi ko, grabe tong taon to. Freak of nature talaga. Pero ikaw, Karl, as we saw Yoel Romero through the years, diba, how was his performance sa Bellator recently?
Oh man, he has not really performed well, as witnessed by his thrashing at the hands of the Fedor protege Vadim Nemkov. Sobrang kawawa. I mean, you know, he really just looked ancient nung paggalaw pa lang. Parang matanda na talaga. But akunat kasi ni Yoel eh. Parang ewan ko ba anong ginagawa. Did you guys know, trivia lang, no, that he was busted for doping at one point nung nasa UFC siya. Si Yoel, ang sabi niya, I never took anything. It's a tainted sample. Turns out later, it was a tainted sample. He sued yung commission. He got a couple of million out of it. So he really is a freak of nature. Nanalo siya, bro.
That's how much
that is natural. Nati guy. walang leeg. Natural. How scary is that?
Diba? Doon mo nakita the power of Cuban
sandwiches.
Cuban training program. The Cuban National Training Program.
Cuban cigarettes, Cuban tobacco,
Cubanos. Yeah.
Kasama ba yung aros ala Cubano?
Pero grabe sila, no? 'Di ba? Doon mo makikita na it's deeply concentrated. I mean, we're not, 'di ba? We're all talking shit here. We're all assuming, 'di ba? Allegedly, 'di ba? Pero when it comes to Russia, Cuba, 'di ba? When it comes to their sports programs, and then diba, especially at the highest levels, parang, diba, when you look at Yoel Romero, sabi nga nila, diba, yung bone structure daw niya, iba. Tapos, how old is Yoel? Parang 40 plus?
I think he's as old as dinosaurs, pero mukha pa rin bata.
Grabe.
Ito yun, diba? On record, parang sabi nila is like 40 plus. Pero syempre, hindi natin alam kung ano, I mean, based on Cuban, on
birth records,
Cuban culture, diba? Or yung birth certificate niya sa Cuba, di natin alam talaga. I mean, he could be probably older. Diba?
Pero napanood nyo ba, guys? Kasi sobrang hindi lang ma-take out talaga ni Vadim Nemkov si Yoel. Ganun siya kakunat. Diba?
Ganun siya kalakas. Ganun, I mean, the technique as well. Okay, the technique as well. Everybody who's joining us right now, help us out a bit. Please share this live discussion. Please share yung live natin, okay, so that everybody from the combat sports community can participate. Marami tayong upcoming events as well. Yes. So ngayon, habang nag-admin work kami ng konti ni kinagkukwento si Tito Karl, sasagarin namin si Tito Karl ngayon kasi bihira namin ito makasama ngayon. So kahit pa paano, di ba? So everybody, if you're on Facebook, please follow the Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yung mga nasa Facebook, please send us your stars, support the channel. People over at YouTube, please send us your super chats, super thanks, and then join join the community para may community tab na si nawala si Tito Carl. Ayun. May community tab na yung Coach Franco Rulloda na page. So if you join that community, so we'll probably put a little bit of exclusive content there. Okay?
Not only fans.
Exclusive.
Medyo
hindi po pang OF hindi po pang Diego Sanchez
Pag doon sa top tier, pipicture ko yung paa ni JC tsaka ni Carl. Saka ako. Tapos sabihin ko, which tito? Ayan.
Palakihan ng paa.
Palakihan po ng
Pinakamalaki
paa.
yung kay JC, syempre. Pero maiba lang. Meron bang boxer na Cuban, since you guys are in boxing, meron bang boxing guy na Cuban na parang si Yoel? Freak talaga. Kaisa-isa si
Freak
one
of
of
nature
one.
yung Olympic gold medalist nila na heavyweight na never turned pro. I forgot the name.
Yeah.
I learned
Parang yung documentary nun eh.
May documentary.
They made a full documentary about Cuban boxing eh. I forget the name. Yun yung kakalabanin niya dapat si Muhammad Ali, but the thing never came into fruition eh.
I learned about that
Golden
boxer
Gloves
kay
lang siya.
Chief. Sinabi ni Alvin sa akin, sabi niya, you know what? The greatest heavyweight boxing match never happened. Sabi ko, sino? It was supposed to be between Muhammad Ali and that guy. Nawala. Yan yung research na niya. Research na ni...
correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the name that I remember from the documentary. Si Teofilo Stevenson.
Yan, Teofilo ano?
I watched that documentary. Sabi ko, bakit hindi nag-prove tong tao na to? Teofilo Stevenson?
Yan, si Teofilo Stevenson. That guy.
Big guy.
Kasi
huge guy.
That's the
6'5".
If you watch the documentary about him, grabe. Isipin mo
what is
talaga.
The title of this gem?
What if that fight happened? If you watch yung galing. Siya ba na, over here, let's look at the comment section. What's up, Bernald? First talaga, waiting na kaagad si Bernard. Tito Earl Victa. Earl, what's up? Mamoy.
Hello, ko Earl.
Ralph Ramos, PH. Double Champ. Yes. Mr. Hoffman.
Hello, Mr.
Everybody's here.
Pocholos here.
Back in Switzerland.
Ganche Baltazar. Nako, si Tito Florence. Nako, may kwento to si Tito Florence saka si JC mamaya.
Adventures in Adventures in Fight District.
In Vloggerland.
In Vloggerland.
Tito Pocholo, si Bote raw ang coach ni Yoel, kaya natalo. Gago talaga. Sama nyo kay Coach Bote. Sama nyo kay Coach G. Di ko na, sayang. MJ Bautista, what's up? What's up, MJ?
Ay.
Si Kabax at si Yoel, same sila ng katawan. Ang gago.
Ano pa ba? In other news, congrats to Sergio Pettis. Maganda ang kanyang title defense versus Patricio Pitbull. Talagang nagbet pa yung kapatid niya si Showtime Pettis sa kanya ng 500 something ata, tapos nanalo siya ng 700 something.
Wow.
What's up, Snake Eyes over there at YouTube? Ano to? Sino to? The greatest boxer, Xander versus Kirsten.
Mamaya.
Ano mga vloggers din to, di ba? Vloggers
yeah.
Bale, eyes on si Tito JC dyan. Kwento from inside.
Basta, there's a reason why I had my
Monday to all from the Lato-Lato capital of Quezon City, Barangay Holy Spirit.
Diyan yata yung may nag-gang war na lato-lato ng mga bata.
Gang war
na lato-lato.
Kasi nagyayabangan sila ng laro nila ng lato-lato. May nagkapikunan kasi sabi mas magaling. Nagsuguran sila.
Alam
mo, delikado talaga yung laruan na yan, bro.
Oo.
Alam mo, pero bigla siya na gano'n yung, di ba, para siya para siyang
may resurgence ng laro.
Para ka nagagano.
Di ba meron na yan dati? Meron na yan dati.
Ang sakit sa tenga. Nakakababa.
It's now I think it's now called the balls of Satan. Yan.
The balls of Satan?
Diba?
Hindi naman tumatawag na lang ganyan dyan sa laruan.
Diba, mukha siya, diba, it's like balls, diba? Parang siyang balls, diba? Parang siyang bayag,
Oh, di ba
Ganun ka.
clacking siya?
So eventually, lag. Diba? Diba? Pero ito yun eh. Pagkatapos nun, okay, wala na. O, ang galing mo magganyan. O, ano,
May
anong
tricks pa daw
accomplishment
sila.
doon? May tricks pa. Anong tricks pa nun? What else can you do with two balls?
Flip daw nila sa daliri mo na nagka-clack-clack sila. Naglilipat ng...
okay, sa bagay.
Ewan ko pa paano yun.
Diba?
Pero nakakainis talaga siya.
Speaking of balls of Satan, anong nakaposes kay Bigfoot Silva na mag-retire tas mag-unretire?
Oo nga eh.
Like, couple of days ago.
Wag na slap battle, hampasan na lang ng lato-lato.
It's gonna be more brutal.
Diba?
Pero nga, no?
Si Bigfoot, parang nagiging one of the sad stories of MMA din. Ipa-file natin yan sa unfortunate stories na, I don't know, it's just, parang di mo alam, they just need money probably. Diba?
Oo, would be. Or, CTE, because he didn't think he lost in that bare-knuckle fight.
What?
Yes. TKO siya natalo, di ba? He didn't lose.
He didn't lose pa sa lagay na yun. Sa lagay na yun.
Parang recently kakagising-gising niya lang from that knockout. Sabi niya,
I
think I didn't lose
that. Tiyata ako natalo dun eh. Ang ganun. Okay. That's done.
Bago niyang coach si Sean O'Malley.
Kasi mindset daw yan. Mindset.
Di rin marunong matalo.
May hinahanap ako ditong naka-ready na yung aking Siyempre, di ba? Before, para po sa ating mga kaibigan, sa ating mga kapatid in the boxing community, congratulations to all the winners of the recently concluded Night of Champions. It was held sa Flash Ballroom ng Elorde Sukat Paranaque Gym. Siyempre, that iconic ballroom talaga, amateur and professional boxing. Siyempre, let's do a rundown of all the winners. This is, you can also find this in all of your major incredible, na boxing pages. Di ba? And, ano ba to? Gene Ambas, yes. Okay, tama si Karl. Baka na-apekto ang brain function. Okay, what's up? Again, everybody, we're live on Facebook and on YouTube. Coach Franco Rulloda. We're also live sa Facebook page ng MMA Davao. If you're on Facebook, send us some stars. If you're on YouTube, please send us some, super stickers, super chats, super thanks. Join the community tab. Okay, join kayo dyan para eventually we're slowly building up that community and then magkakaroon tayo ng depende sa tier. Pag marami na dun sa top tier, magkakaroon tayo ng exclusive na chismisan portion na medyo pwede tayong magbanggita ng pangalan.
No holds barred doon. Yan.
No holds barred. Tapos basta walang may code of conduct tayo na kontratang gagawin. Diba? What happens and is shared in here stays here. Okay, going back, Night of Champions 29. Antonio Uy won over J.R. Diama by unanimous decision. Justin Padagas won over Brian Ornopia by unanimous decision. Sa ito, Brian Ornopia, mahusay din pa naman to. Pero Justin Padagas, very good performance. Fernando Tagpuno won over Brian Tamayo via TKO in the second minute of round number 7. Richel Calo won over Jermaine De La Rosa, TKO in round 1. Bang galing Archiel Villamor Jr. won over Fuga Komatsu by TKO in round 6.
Yun yung magaling na natin before, di ba? Si Archiel Villamor Jr.
Oo, Archiel Villamor Jr. Ano to tawag dito, ito special events in Night of Champions kasi they had international fighters fly over here. A lot of them came from Japan. Yung isa parang galing Indonesia ata. So this was an international event. Kaya congratulations do sa mga Pinoy na nanalo. So again, Archiel Villamor Jr. won over Fuga Komatsu via technical knockout. Round 6. And then Arjulu Samson versus Songhua Bei, majority draw. So Arjulu Samson versus Songhua Bei ended up in a majority draw. Christian Gagarin won over Husey Baba by split decision. So, si Christian Gagarin, alam ko na-cover na rin namin to before. Si
Parang
Christian
nung December
Gagarin.
na Night of Champions yata yan sa Mandaluyong.
Oo. And then, of course, okay, co-main event, Raymart Gabalio won over Michael Bravo via split decision. And Jo Marie Noynay won over Larry Siwu by TKO in round 4.
That's Raymart Gabalio's first match under Nonito Donaire Sr., right?
As his coach.
Yes, as his coach, yes.
Diba? So, at least Raymart Gabalio, congratulations. And then, Jo Marie Noynay won over Larry Siwu by TKO in round 4. Si Jo Marie Noynay, umakyat ng welterweight. Tapos na-cover namin yan ni JC sa blow by blow sa Mandaluyong. And then now he won the belt. So wait lang tama ba? Tama. So Jo Marie Noynay became the new IBF Pan-Pacific welterweight champion against Indonesian Larry Siwu. TKO round 4. So I mean, it was a good move. Doon makikita maganda yung pag-akyat ni Jo Marie Noynay. So he's not cutting as much. The performance is still there. When we covered him, kakaakyat niya lang halos doon, and then he did really, really well. Good performance. So, hindi ko maintindihan bakit meron pang bakit hanggang ngayon merong gustong mangialam sa pag-akyat ni Noynay na parang wala nagpe-perform yung tao, nananalo. So, di ba, let's just be happy for the guy. I don't understand why people are still up on his case. Pero yun nga di ba, he won. Nung kinover natin siya, JC, di ba? That was the Philippine Championship.
Yes.
Di ba? Gab na welterweight championship. And then now he's the IBF Pan-Pacific welterweight champion. So that's a good move for him. Good career move. Maganda yun. JC Earl Victa, kailangan ng eyeglasses. Ikaw.
Gusto
Hello,
EO. Para tatlo daw tayo.
Oo.
Okay. By the way, yung kanina kay Teofilo Stevenson, the documentary is called The People's Fighter, Teofilo Stevenson and the Legend of Cuban Boxing. Yun yung documentary.
The People's Fighter. Yan.
I'm not sure if
galing. I watched that guy. Pati yung mga laban niya before, yung mga Olympic, mga laban niya sa Olympics, that guy is really good. And tama si Chief nun. Si Chief nagsabi sa akin nun, the greatest heavyweight fight never happened. Go check out this guy.
Olympic gold medalist.
Diba?
Wow.
3 times. So that's every 4 years, diba? So in a span of 12 years, he dominated.
Tatatlo siya. And all gold.
Wow.
Diba? And he didn't want to leave Cuba. Ganun parang the nationalistic stuff in his head, the brainwashing of communism, iba. Lakas. Ernie Braca, what's up? Good evening sa iyo. G Numbers, blow by blow. Oo, nung binalik yung blow by blow, binalik ng nila Senator Manny Pacquiao yung blow by blow. So, one of the events there sa Mandaluyong, kami ni JC yung commentary.
Yes. Wait.
Minsan, pag naglalagay ako ng selectable na comment, parang hindi ko alam. Kasi sinasabi niya, meron daw siyang troll raw siya best blow-by-blow analyst in the Philippines. And shout out. What's up, selectable? Pang iba't ibang liga kami, di ba? So, congratulations to all the winners of Night of Champions. Congratulations to Dumao International for holding a very successful jiu-jitsu tournament for 2 days yan sa Clark, Pampanga. Congratulations again to the ASJJF na organizing team. Nakita nyo naman ang ganda ng execution. The referees were top-notch. Yung si ASJJF, yung Dumao, talagang inangat talaga nila yung standard sa pag-execute ng isang jiu-jitsu tournament. It's really, really good. I mean, everything is organized, lalo na yung sa oras. GF Team Pilipinas Black Eye Combat got overall second place sa ASJJF last weekend sa Angeles, Pampanga. So, there were more than 200 participants. A lot of kids joined during the second day. A lot of people joined as well sa Nogi. So, it was a successful event. Congratulations to the ASJJF Philippine team. Sensei Edison Kagohara, Professor Alvin Lee, Coach Igel Acejas, and the rest of the Dumao team, the referees, the backstage crew, over limit. Napakagaling nyo. Ang galing ng execution. Congratulations sa inyo. Oh yeah, Gene Ambas, yes, napaka-dominant. Yes, Teofilo Stevenson. Diba? Si JC ata mas alam to. Kasi basta mababang weight class si Noynay dati. Prior to...
Actually, nung blow by blow nung December, tama, he fought at welterweight nung time na yon. He fought Adam Abdul Hamid. Ito yung medyo mainit yung laban nila kasi parang may something sa kanilang dalawa ng laban na yun eh. And yeah, that's the one. Pero medyo wide naman yung naging decision na win ni Joe Noynay for that fight.
Hindi, nag-dominate si Noynay dun.
Oo.
Diba? Parang all rounds.
Kapos na kapos yung kalaban niya dun sa si Abdul Hamid dun sa laban.
Hirap din i-pronounce yung pangalan.
He was overweight for that fight kaya disqualified siya to win the title noong time na yun.
Diba? And still. May nakita ako kanina, barbershop daw na oo nga, puro kalbo kami dito. Pero
barbershop sponsorship daw sa atin tatlo.
Pero
galit lahat ng barbero sa atin.
Pinakamadaling gupitan.
Yes.
Teka. And as we speak, ako minsan tinitignan ako, medyo binabantayan ko yung phone ko kasi it's Ruel Penales and Kenneth Maningat over at Brave. So, we're looking at updates. Medyo nagkainitan din sa weigh-in. So, kahit
it got personal yet again.
Di ba? Pang international trash talk tsaka away din tong The Incredible MMA eh. Di ba? Si Amir Ayub nag-encuentro sila ni Gabdi sa lobby ata. Tapos during the weigh-ins, yung kalaban ni Penales is trying to get tawag ito?
Sinugod sila eh.
Parang hindi, during the weigh-ins yung kalaban ni Penales, di ba, trying to mess with his head. Di ba? Parang okay. Pero nakita mo naman si Penales, he was unfazed. Di ba? So may sumugod sa yun yung kino-call out ni Rolando before, sabi niya fake champion daw si Amir Ayub. As far as I know. Diba?
Nasa na nga yan ni The Hawk yung mga IG stories niya, like so much heat in that fight.
Diba? It's good for Brave, it's good. Now, I was also looking forward to kung nagpakita ba yung kalaban ni Kenneth.
Yun nga nakikibalita din ako
Abdul Alcuyub, parang wala akong nakikita
Hindi rin naman natin nakita sa weigh-ins.
So,
I don't know.
Meron ba mga nakakaalam kung nagpakita ba? I was looking, naghanap ako ng
Baka nandiyan si Kaloy Ablasin. I know you have some insider info there. Sa The Incredible, baka naman pwedeng pa-share.
Diba yung mga kaibigan po natin dyan sa Bahrain o yung mga UAE,
UAE-based people.
Diba? So, kasi ako, I'm trying to look at their social media. Halos lahat, halos lahat ng weigh-ins pinakita nila eh. Yung kay Kenneth, parang hinahanap ko, wala eh. Diba? So, it's very, parang may hindi ko natin alam kung pa-mystery effect ba to or...
Maka-tactic siya.
Welcome to the Philippines, Professor Cobrina.
Oh, wow. He's back. Si Ruben Charles. Professor Ruben Charles.
Tingnan natin. Professor Cobrina of so thank you to Professor Mark Entrata for bringing over Cobrina to the Philippines. Para at least that's good for their team, good for the Philippine Jiu-Jitsu scene. And then everybody, our first guest for the evening is the CEO of TNT Promotions. TNT is Tunay na Tigas. We have Miguel Consing. Mr. Consing.
Hi.
What is up,
Hi,
sir?
good evening, everyone. Hi, good evening.
Hello, welcome, sir.
Baba mo konti yung Miguel, baba mo ng konti. Kasi kita na, mas marami kami nakikitang kisame. Baba mo ng konti yung mo.
Sige.
Yan!
Hi, everybody. I'm the CEO of TNT Fight.
Very
Teka lang,
interesting yung
tinitignan ko yung
bago mong
comment
promotion
section
eh.
Teka lang, what boxers should be coming up for features? Asan na yung ano ni Earl? What about, marami, ang daming upcoming fights eh. So you got, so Nonito Donaire Jr.'s fighting, and then, ano pa ba? May mga naka-ready na lineup for local at hanapin namin
Yes.
yun. Pero also joining us is James Gutierrez of TNT Promotions. What's up, James?
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Hello,
Okay, so
magandang
we're
gabi.
gonna talk
Welcome
about
po.
TNT or Tunay na Tigas. They have an event happening sa June 24
This
at
Saturday?
Fuel Oil Arena sa San
Saturday,
Juan.
yeah.
This Saturday
Yes,
na
this
yan.
Saturday.
So, diba? So
Lapit
everyone is
na.
watching and listening. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, Coach Franco Rulloda. We're also live on the Facebook page of MMA Davao. Ayan din, ang dami nag-share. Maraming salamat po sa mga nag-share ng ating live discussion. First question for Miguel. What was the story and the idea behind doing TNT Promotions?
Okay, so I've been a fan of kickboxing for a long time. When I was a kid, I used to watch the replays of K1 way back when, late at night. Because remember before, after they show WWE, they would show Pride and then they show K1. So I would watch Pride and K1. Now, aside from being a fan of striking, I'm also a huge fan of our local athletes. I've been watching our local athletes compete for a long time now, and I noticed that they're really exciting strikers. They're very fun to watch. They're also technical, but definitely exciting, and they go for the kill. You know, these guys, they go for the finish. So I thought to myself, you know, I really want to put up a league where these guys can just brawl, you know, where they can just show us their stand-up skills and just try to knock each other out. And, you know, I thought about it for a very long time, and I realized that it seems like now is the time for me to execute the plan. So, yun, that's where we are today. And I just want to say thank you, Coach Franco, for inviting us today. We're really, really grateful, and we're glad that you thought about us.
Syempre, naman tayo basta for the community. O ito, may nagtanong na kaagad. Okay, Harvey Lianan for Miguel. What is the top kickboxing organization that TNT idolizes?
Oh, wow. So there are a lot of
So basically,
teams.
what organization nung gustong i-pattern ni TNT?
Okay, gets. Well, our main inspiration talaga is K1. So we wanna what we love about K1 is that they have fighters who are fast and very powerful, and you know our rule set reflects that and encourages that style of fighting. So we like that aspect about K1, but we also want to make it our own thing. Very very accessible, very Pinoy, if you don't mind. But we want to take the excitement of K1 and then put it in a Philippine context and just let all Filipino athletes just show us what they got and perform for basically the world, because our pay-per-view is live. Our pay-per-view is available on Viva Max Plus, which you can watch anywhere in the world.
Wow.
Wait lang. Bago natin ituloy. Teka lang. Kickboxing pinag-uusapan na natin, pero kailangan magpasintabi tayong lahat kasi
wow.
Mr. Nonito Donaire and Rachel Donaire. Okay, thank you for watching and listening. Nakaland na ba kayo? Are you guys in the US or are you guys still in Manila?
I think so.
Diba? Kasi the last I think you guys are flying over to the US na, diba? From Cebu or are you guys in Manila? Please let us know.
I think they flew to the US already.
Oh, alam ko para So, Nonito Donaire Jr. is in preparation, deep in camp. He has a fight this coming July. So, we'll give you updates on that as well. Pero, yun lang. Kickboxing break tayo kasi, syempre, Nonito Donaire, Rachel Donaire to. Okay, balik tayo. TNT Promotions. Okay. Diba? So, James is also part of the organization. He's deeply embedded, dapat sasabihin ko.
He's the one responsible
involved
for that amazing fight card eh.
Oo, di ba? So what was, how were you able to put up the fight card given the abundance of strikers in the Philippines?
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't hard to find the strikers. Ang daming strikers dito. It was now a matter of trying to find the right mix of strikers. As you see from the card, we have from We have relatively new, this will be their debut professional fight, whether or not it's kickboxing or MMA, anything, it's their debut pro fight. And we have some local legends, with Rex Delara, Red Romero, these are known names. So we try to mix it up. We want to put on a good show. And to be honest, what we did, Miguel and I, we started combing, our own contacts, who we like to watch. We started going to local events, going to the different amateur events, seeing who is there, who can make a splash and change things up, who's going to be exciting to watch. Most people understand even if you're not a kickboxing fan, you don't understand all of the rules. It's easy enough to follow them, man. Like you understand someone getting punched, you understand someone getting kicked. So we want to see who's going to put on the best show. And that's why we have a bunch of different personalities also. Beyond just their skill set, we want to see their personality shine in the ring.
Okay. Yung mga tao dito, yung mga comments, teka nga, lahat kayo.
Yung
we
iba,
have to make it
comments
clear.
are
This
about
will be streamed sa Viva Max Plus. Tama, Miguel, di ba?
Yes, on Viva Max Plus. Viva Max Plus.
So magsusubscribe kayo sa Viva Max Plus. Hindi sa puro Viva Max lang yung nakikita ko eh. May excuse na kaming mag-subscribe sa Viva Max. Sabi ko, dagdagan nyo ng plus. Okay, Viva
Max Plus.
Hindi kailangan mag-subscribe.
You need to pay another couple of pesos.
UAE ito eh. Viva Max Live ba yung si Angela? Teka lang What? Teka lang What? What? Well, that's the story. We left last night, 9:50 p.m. and landed back in Manila 15 hours later. What? What the hell?
Round trip.
Round trip na hassle. Oh my God.
Other people were saying na papunta
yan.
na sila ng US, but I'm guessing baka ito yung viral airline na lahat pinoproblema yun. Baka dun sila sumakay.
Grabe naman.
Magkakaroon ng internet yan. Pag naglao.
Yung mga, yan ang kailangan. Okay, in the first place, diba, the guys, Nonitos in camp, diba, he can't really mess up his body right now na ganyan. Hassle yan, okay. A little bit off tangent, pero still kickboxing. Reaction to K1 Japan finally gaining access to the K1 global license last February. So, since we've been talking about TNT kasi the past 4 episodes already, so people are pretty excited for the upcoming event this weekend. So that's again June 24, Phil Oil Arena. So these are a bunch of kickboxing questions na kasi this is a local event. So when this becomes like a regular event in people's calendars, is there a possibility na TNT could branch out to these international international kickboxing organizations? Is that something TNT is looking at, 'di ba, for future? Kasi medyo maganda yung timing. Admittedly, maganda yung timing ni TNT na nagka-resurgence ng K1. Nagkaroon tayo ng K1 champion sa Dubai. Last week he won. So K1 rules din yon. And then of course, you have all the other international organizations na also do kickboxing. So with the advent of the inaugural event, is TNT looking a little bit ahead into the coming months or probably next year, knowing na are you guys in talks with some international promotions for possible collaborations? So let's start with Miguel, then let's go with James.
Okay. So to be completely honest with you, our focus right now is on the local scene. In the future, we'd definitely love to work with these international organizations. But the mission of TNT Fight is to give our local talents a chance to shine. We really want our local fighters to have the best possible stage to compete. And for the first few years, all we can say is that all of our fight cards will be filled with local fighters. In the future, let's see if we can work with these amazing international organizations. No doubt we'd love to work with them. But right now, the focus is on the Filipino athlete.
Kasi this is going to be very, very interesting. Okay, James.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just to add to what Miguel was saying, Totally, we are focused on the local Philippine market, but we also want to make the Philippines that destination as well. It's not just Japan, it's not just Singapore, it's not just Malaysia. Why not come here? Sports tourism is big enough. We got FIBA. Why can't we have kickboxing? Why can't we have other combat sports? So that's part of the roadmap as well. Not just exporting our fighters, but bringing people here as well.
Yes.
Diba? Ayan, tignan mo itong mga loko-lokong to. Itong mga fighter, ito, nasa iyo. Salamat sa TNT. Pwede ko na sabihin sa asawa ko na mag-subscribe ako sa Viva Max Plus. Viva Max Plus. Okay? Linawin natin. O yan, sakto. Speaking of K1 sa eto. He's watching as well, John Che Baltazar. Sa kanya namin nalaman to. So you can ask if you can invite Clay Dyke Lusadan. He is the new K1 kickboxing champion sa UAE. So I mean, if there's a possibility later on na after the inaugural event. So again, I like this guy. I watched this fight. So you can probably talk to him later on. Diba? Possible second or third event. Kasi it's also, this is what Ben Cuevas said. Ben Cuevas is, siya may-ari ng The Sports Bin. So question for Miguel to. Gaano kadami magpapa-event? So how many events do you plan for this year? Kasi nga, some other promotions, they go 1 or 2 events and then they fade. Especially sa kickboxing, which is true.
Okay. So for this year, we have 3 events. So the inaugural event, our public debut, would be on June 24, this Saturday. And then the next one is scheduled for September. And the last one for the year will be in December. And next year, we are planning 4 events, 1 each quarter. So right now, that's our timeline. 1 event per quarter.
And I'm guessing that depends on how much the people will support your events. Kasi if there are more people that will be there live in the events watching the fights, I mean, I'm sure that will give you more confidence to hold more events by next
definitely.
year.
Definitely. I mean, if that's what the public wants, then we'll organize more. But right now, we can definitely say that we're not a fly-by-night promotion. We've planned this out. We actually just during our press conference last June 3, we released our 5-year plan to the media, and we're here to stay.
Tito Carl.
Yeah, it really sounds very interesting, guys. So of course, these days we covered like ano ba yung favorites natin dito? Karate Combat, tsaka syempre yung mga 4-ounce gloves sa 1 ng kanilang mga kickboxing. Are there any elements in these promotions, guys, na tripan nyo? Kasi kami, trip namin yung mga natin, Coach Franco? Yung pit ng Karate Combat.
Yes.
Yeah. Tapos may ground and pound sila. So, are any of these things interesting to you? Parang kasi pure kickboxing is of course a classic for diehards like us. Pero these make it more interesting to the casual viewer and to pull in syempre more fans.
I think James can answer that for us.
Sure. I mean, again, I also like the pit idea from Karate Combat. I like that if you're not completely seated on the ground, you could still kick them in the head. I love those kind of rule sets that they've implemented there. It just makes it more exciting. I like how they have the pants as well. You get the real karate feel for it. It's not just another promotion. And I liked when they did the CGI backgrounds also. I mean, that was during COVID time, syempre. But it made it parang video game siya eh. As in, it felt like Tekken. Also, we see the different gloves. These are all ideas. They're floating around. Right now, we want to really just showcase the talent before we start branching out. We see that there's a lot of good strikers. We see that there are a lot of ways to get people excited about kickboxing. So we'll start with that. And then as we grow, we'll see if there is a need to start branching out to the casual fans. Or branching out in that way to the casual fans, rather. We still hope to grab all of the casual fans that just love to see a good old-fashioned fight.
This is for
all of that.
This is for James as well. Collected na questions.
Daming tanong, syempre,
daming tanong eh. So how was the reception when you guys started reaching out to the different gyms. Can you tell us the story behind that? Kasi syempre, you are a new promotion, there's always barriers to entry, and then, diba, you really have to. Kasi these are the stories that happen behind the scenes, behind every promotion. Kasi yun nga, just like what Bin said, maraming fly-by-night promotions, and then now, diba, this is a very professional league. They're doing everything correctly, and ako, also part of their technical committee. We're looking at the rule sets. We're looking at the officials. We make sure na when the fighters get there, they're very comfortable to, diba, to give their best. Kasi they know the referees are good. They know the judges will be good. They know na these are the factors na nakaka-affect ng performance ng kahit na sinong fighter. So, can you tell us the story behind that so that everyone will know na there are layers to this. That's why it took this. I mean, it took this long, and to trust the process of. What's the story behind that?
Correct. Like I always believed, like my lolo would always tell me, it's better to measure 10 times and cut once than measure once and cut 10 times. So we tried, we followed. Miguel had a plan from the get-go. This is how he wanted to do it. Obviously, things change, we adapt, we grow, but the plan was solid, and things needed to start from a very professional standpoint. And that's how we reached out. It wasn't just like, oh, gusto mo maglaro. That's not how we approached it. We came up with a plan. This is the weight classes. This is what we're looking to do. This is how you're going to fight. This is how we're going to be treating you. We're trying to raise that level, just because for us, if we want to attract the best talent into our promotion, we have to treat them the best as well. So that's how we started it from start, and for as ever long as we're going to go.
Diba? Kita mo naman dahil kickboxing ang usapan, okay? Kailangan natin pasalamatan tong taon to. Okay? Kuya Wharton Chan of Samahang Kickboxing ng Pilipinas, Secretary General of Samahang Kickboxing ng Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po for watching and listening, Kuya. Kasi malaking tulong behind the scenes si Kuya Wharton Chan. He's a very busy guy. Pero nag-reach out si TNT, nag-reach out kami for amin yung referees. Si Coach Brian Olod, tsaka sino
Coach Noriel.
Sino yun? Tulungan mo ko dito. Tulungan mo ito, Miguel.
Coach Noriel.
Sino pa yung isa? Yun, Coach Noriel. Ayan. Okay. Sir Wharton Chan, thank you so much for watching and listening. We're gonna do our best to uplift the kickboxing community.
Yes.
Tapos, hopefully, it will spring more interest. Tapos, yung mga ganong kickboxing, you guys have very good programs for next year. Part din kami ng I'm also part of the Samahang Kickboxing ng Pilipinas. So I'm very excited for this event kasi nga everyone's coming together. Diba? So again, Kuya Wharton Chan, thank you so much for watching and listening.
Thank you, sir. SKP in the house.
What else?
Thank you very much.
Titignan ko pa. Sobrang solid promotion. Ayan. O, diba? Tingnan mo ito. Another comment from Facebook. Parang solid ng promotion poster ng TNT pang international. Sabi ko sa inyo diba? That's the thing. When you do things right and you do things with the best of intentions, it will come out right. It will come out really, really well. So now this is basically fight week. This is the start of fight week. 24 is fight day. How busy is TNT Promotions right now? Let's start with Miguel, because he's doing overall, he's overseeing everything. And then James is on the ops side and the promotional side, and then talking with the fighter side. So how busy is everyone now as we approach fight week?
Oh my God, crazy busy. Because we all have our own individual departments, but each department has a lot of work. And my department happens to be overseeing, the whole show from the legal side, the logistics side, the marketing side, and the sales side. So I'm monitoring all of that and, keeping everyone aligned so that we can move as smoothly as possible. Now, without going into too many specifics, all I can say is that we're working with many partners and we are working as one team. So that's what it's like right now. It's a team effort, but we're all very busy.
Ayan. How about James on your side?
Couldn't agree more. I mean, we wouldn't have a promotion without the fighters, right? They need a venue to fight. We need fighters to have a promotion. So making sure that everybody's ready to go, healthy, that they're near enough to making weight at the end of the week. Our weigh-ins are on Friday. So just making sure that everything is above board, na okay na lahat ng licenses, just final checks and making sure everything is smooth. So it's been very busy leading up to this. So far, all of our fighters seem like very ready and excited for the fights. And they keep telling us about how excited they are for this type of opportunity. And that's basically what we're trying to do. Like going back to the main goal of TNT, para we can give opportunities to all of our local fighters. All of our fighters who may not have that same kind of opportunities, let's say Dubai or going to Brave, UAE Warriors, etc. We want to get the bright lights on them dito sa Pilipinas. So it's been hectic, super busy, but parang when you're excited about something, it doesn't feel as busy. So we're also like, as soon as Monday came on, we're like, holy crap, fight week na to. We're excited. We're gearing up. It's going to be a long week, but looking forward for an amazing show.
Ayan, sakto. Bago mag-drop off si Tito Karl. Tito Karl, any last questions on your end?
Just to clarify, guys, para marami kasing tanong yan later. So, ang i-confirm na natin ngayon sa mga gusto sasali, is it 14-ounce gloves and classic kickboxing rules?
So our professionals will be using 10-ounce gloves.
10 ounce?
Yes, 10-ounce gloves. Our amateurs, in the preliminary card, they'll be using 12-ounce gloves.
Okay, cool. And how much will be the Viva Plus subscription? Ito ba yung, kasi sa Viva Plus, merong mga additionals na kailangan mong bilhin. Viva Max Plus.
So for Viva Max Plus, the pay-per-view is only $2.99.
Okay. But with the subscription to Viva Max, right?
You just need an account. Not a subscription.
No need for a subscription.
Yes.
So walang excuses, walang excuses kayo.
So you can subscribe and then purchase the pay-per-view.
Sign up lang siya, bro.
Sign up lang.
Okay, so Viva Max Plus, sign up lang.
Klaro na, guys.
Ayan, malinaw.
Okay.
But our friends at Viva will be happy for you to subscribe, no doubt.
Oh, we support you. If you want the subscription, go lang. We're very supportive of
Viva
Max.
Be very happy.
Plus.
Marami namang classics na pelikulang Pilipino sa Viva Max.
Tama.
Diba? Yun naman pala. Ayan.
Thank you guys. More power to you. And looking forward to TNT's debut.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Tito Karl. Ayan, buti nahagilap natin si Tito Karl ngayon. Okay, from the double champ, wishing Miguel all the success. How about kickboxing with 4-ounce gloves? Puta, kita mo tong tao. 4-ounce gloves ang puta.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, tingnan natin. Okay.
Thank you so much.
A lot of fight card questions, so I think James is the best guy to answer this one. James, we all know that styles make fights. So what is the story behind the fight card that you guys created? What was... Parang, okay, let me match this guy with this guy. I think this guy is going to go against this guy really well. So, so we got 9 or 10 fights for this event. So how did you come up with, mix and match? Kumbaga nag-mix and match ka ng mga tao doon. So what was the process behind that?
I guess it really goes back, and that's a great question, and it really goes back to, being a fight fan, who I want to see fight. See, this is like, I feel like a kid in a candy store a little bit. I'm just like, ooh, this would be a good fight. This would be a good fight. And I like to mix styles that, what I know that are going to clash, but in the best possible way. Like to compare it to MMA, you put a striker versus a grappler, you know where it's going to go, right? With kickboxing, you have to change it up a little bit. It's all striking. So for example, one of the fights that I'm very excited about would be John Villega versus Mark Sandang, where you have a brawler, bare knuckle boxing fighter versus a Muay Thai fighter. seeing how those styles are going to clash is going to be such an interesting fight, because Mark's got those wicked body shots. Those, and even in pati sa training, sabi ni Coach D that he's trying to take off everybody's head, even in sparring sessions. So I'm excited. And he's got these massive hands, like just massive. That when he lands, it's gonna do some damage. And John is very good with his Muay Thai. He's very long. He's got a strong push kick, very good teeps. So if he can keep the distance, that's going to make the difference. But if Mark gets in and works the body, and it's just getting those kind of things that make me excited about the card. I look at mixing up different styles as well. You have Adrian Bolado versus Daryl Mayermita, where you have a traditional Yaoyan fighter. And Yaoyan, of course, is known for its striking. It's going to be so fun. Seeing a resurgence of Yaoyan would be amazing. And then Adrian he's a little bit of more of a mixed MMA fighter background. Also, he's a bodybuilder, so we know he's going to be able to take some shots. He's got the muscle behind him, but is it going to slow him down? That's the question, because if you're bigger, you got the bulky muscles, you're using up more energy. Yeah. So can he keep up with the fast pace that Daryl's going to put on him? Can he land those solid punches? And that's the kind of thought process I had watching a lot of fight tape. Medyo mahirap dito sa Pilipinas because you really have to sometimes go to the events to see who can fight. There's not a lot of fight tape out there. So you really, and sometimes the fight tape, mahirap yung angles, or it's the cell phone camera sa corner. So you don't really get to see the actual technique. So it took a while before we could finalize the card. But now that I have all this data, we're excited. I'm already starting to build the card for our next event. And basically that's the same process. It's a lot of late nights hanging out with Miguel, watching fights, having a couple of drinks, and then saying, "Oy, ganda," and then seeing what's going to work.
And of course, when I looked at the fight card, I also love the part where in TNT is also giving opportunities for the amateurs. Diba? It's giving them a platform to showcase their talent. So it's a 10 fight card. Then how many amateur fights do we have? 2 or 3?
So we have 3 amateur fights. One featured amateur which is going to be Lucian. That one's very exciting. We have Lucian Choi versus Rafael Labordo. Then we have 7 professional fights. Since technically we have a lot of this will be the first homegrown professional kickboxing event. Technically speaking, this is all of their pro debuts at kickboxing. But we have some fighters who've made pro debuts to boxing, Muay Thai, and MMA. But we see some of these fighters, this is their first pro fight ever, but they have solid amateur records. Medyo mahirap mag-confirm yung mga amateur records, as we all know, but we've studied the fights. It could be a backyard brawl, but we've watched all of the fighters. We're very particular about vetting our fighters. We don't want to just put kahit sino into the ring.
And are there future plans for hold?
Dwayne Kakasan.
Yes, from Cebu.
Teka lang, JC, tingnan mo to. With the amateur fight, Marcus Kongmon with a 2-0 kickboxing record. All wins by knockout. I hope he gets a chance to fight for TNT. Ito yun si Vagabond MMA, so far, dami nilang pinoproduce na fighters na magaganda striking. So you got Rai Lugo, you got Tristan De Mena, and then you got Marcos Kongmon. So these are names that you can consider for other cards.
Huge guy, light heavyweight. So
reach out to our page.
Reach out to our page.
If you're interested in fighting for TNT Fight, just message our page. We'll get back to you.
Okay, balik tayo kay JC.
Yeah, and I was just gonna ask, are there any future plans to say hold tryouts for the league, kasi for the promotion? Because I mean, some people might be interested in doing it that way, apart from you going around events and watching fights. I mean, but then they will go to you. They'll parang actual audition to get into the fight cards.
It's something that we're looking at. Right now, it's not necessarily in the plan, but we're not opposed to it. If it works, if we have enough interest in interest in people coming in and auditioning, kind of like how SKP does their auditions for the national team. But it's a little different, national team yun. And just very quickly want to congratulate all of our national team fighters this past SEA Games. We had some great gold medal winners out there, 3 gold medalists that we've reached out to as well. We'd love to see you at our event. But just going back to that very quickly, I would say we're not closing the door to it. We'll have to see what happens as we grow and as we see more people interested in kickboxing.
All right. And one more thing.
Now, prior to the planning of all of this, sige, go JC, go.
Sige. Kasi I just remembered this Sunday na din yung regional championships ng Muay Thai Association of the Philippines, and some of the people who will be joining in there, I'm sure they do kickboxing as well. They have almost 600 people fighting in that event. So if you want to scout fighters there, it's gonna be an ultra. Sobrang daming possible people for your roster in there.
I did see that. If I have the energy after the night before, then I will definitely be popping over. But we'll have to see. We got a long night of fights, so we'll see.
Yan sabi ko nga, di ba, Strike Fest nga this weekend So June 24, you got TNT. And then June 25, the next day, yun na yung 25, that is the final leg. Okay, parang yun na yung finals it's a week-long thing. June 21 to 25 yun actually. Yung Luzon leg ng National Muay Thai Championship. So by Sunday, yun na yung mga finalists. Either semi-finalist or finalist na yun. Yun na yung finals. So and JC's correct. You guys can actually scout talent there. Check nyo kung sino yung pwedeng ayain for next possible bouts. Kasi magkaiba talaga there are people who will cross over from the MMA scene, the boxing scene. Pero ito that's why TNT is very exciting kasi you have the kickboxing scene that's slowly making a boxing scene. And at the same time, some people from the Muay Thai stables can actually or wants to try kickboxing as well. So it creates another avenue for them to showcase their talent. And maraming household names sa kickboxing tsaka sa Muay Thai na hindi na masyad na walang variety. Yung medyo you go to the Muay Thai circles, kilala nila yung taong yon. You go to the kickboxing circles, kilala nila yung mga taong yon. Pero at least this will provide an avenue for more athletes to actually join, 'di ba? Kasi I bihira ako makita. That's why it's very exciting. The prospect of having a professional kickboxing league in the Philippines is very exciting. Kasi nga maganda yung it's another avenue to showcase talent, and at the same time, okay, mapapakita natin na this is something we can be really good at. Diba? So from a professional level and on a national level. And speaking of, nakinig na sila kay si Crew JM Ramos, ito, kilala ko rin to. Brian Salando, nag-submit na raw sila sa TNT, okay? Naipasa na raw yung profile niya. Kita nyo?
I've seen the profile. We've been very busy with our first event. We're still studying a lot of the profiles for events 2 and 3 this year. So don't worry, ang daming nag-submit, but we'll get back to everybody. Promise.
Yes, thank you guys for sending your entries.
I'm sure mas madami pa yan after the first event.
So did you expect what were your expectations leading to creating TNT? And then this is for Miguel. What were your expectations leading to creating TNT? And how did it unfold when you guys actually executed?
Now, from the beginning, I knew that it was going to be challenging because when you mount an event, there are so many things to consider. You have to consider the paperwork. You have to consider the logistics. You have to consider getting the talent involved. And you need to consider, of course, the business side, the marketing and everything. So we knew it was challenging. But when we started doing it, some of my expectations were met and some were hindi naman subverted, but some were like, ganito pala. Alam mo yun? The reality on the ground is a bit different from the theory in your head. So, luckily, I think that we were able to address most of the challenges that we came up against, and for those things that were unexpected, I think we were able to adapt. So we're very proud of what we're going to hold this coming Saturday, and we're really excited for the people to watch the event because we're doing our best to give our fighters the best possible stage and give our audience the best possible experience. Because for us, our goal isn't just to hold one event and then that's it. Goodbye. No, we want many events. We want many fights for our fans, for our fighters, and for anyone who just wants to have a good time. So we're inviting everyone, not just the fight fans. Of course, fight fans, you are so welcome. We wouldn't be here without you. But everyone else, the casual fans, you guys are, especially those who have never seen a fight before, you're in for a treat. You know, I know many people who have bought tickets who have never seen a fight before, who have never seen a live fight. So we keep on telling them that it's something else. It's an experience. So we're really excited to share that with
for a
you.
live fight.
Definitely.
Definitely.
JC.
Yeah, and just to add up actually dito sa sinabi ni Franco earlier, TNT went in na perfect timing kasi I mean not to take anything away from our fighters itong mga nasa MMA natin na iba, but fact of the matter is some of them are just there kahit na wala naman talaga silang alam sa ground game, but they're very good strikers kasi they don't have a platform to showcase their striking skills. And because TNT is here now, meron na silang ibang outlet kung saan pwede nilang ipakita yung totoong skills nila for everyone. And on behalf of them and for all the fight fans, I also would like to thank you for staging this event ngayon pa lang. I mean, I definitely would want to watch the fights on Saturday.
And then in terms of promoting not just TNT, but promoting the fighters, promoting the gyms, promoting the community, what were the steps that TNT took? Diba? Of course, you saw all the stuff that we're doing on social media, pero kasi it's also important na in as much as diba, may ibang meaning si Viva Max, okay? Diba, the entire platform is there. Tsaka there's a brand behind the platform, and it's a huge relationship for TNT to land that deal. Pero kasi yun nga yung iba kasi magpapa-event, wala, Facebook Live lang. Diba? Ang pangit. I mean, it's not ugly, it's not wrong, pero diba, they're to uplift the community. So at least you guys tell the story. Let's ask James, like, what were the steps that TNT made sure na this is something that fighters, gyms, and coaches can be proud of?
I guess it really, I mean, not to sound like a broken record, it starts with going back to that professional element. We wanted to highlight not only the fighters, but the gyms that they came from, showcase that anybody could be a solid fighter. Like a lot of these fighters are just like a lot of fighters dito sa Pilipinas, they're coaches as well. They represent these gyms. They're training. There's these training students. So we come in as guests every time we go to another gym. We're not just saying, "Oh, we're new in town. We just want to get all your fighters. This is what we're gonna do." It's like, no, we understand that it's gonna take some time to win people over. That's why we've shown up multiple times. We keep in contact. We're building relationships with all of our fighters and our gyms that we're working with. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's part of starting a new promotion. And that's where we started, by just kind of coming in and showing this is how we are going to highlight your gym. This is how we're going to highlight you as a fighter, or to the coaches, this is how we're going to highlight your fighters. And you can see it in our promotional material, in our posters, in our videos that we've put out. We're not cutting corners. We're really trying to showcase these fighters in the best possible lights. We want to put the bright lights on them so that they can get used to it also. Because if we're going to be able to compete not only locally but on an international level with other promotions, we got to start big, and that's exactly what we're doing.
JC.
Yeah, and I'm sure may mga magtatanong ito. I mean, because if they're not able to buy the tickets online, will the tickets still be available on the event day itself sa gates?
Yes, definitely. But we encourage you guys to buy online to avoid the long lines. You'll save a lot of time, of course. And, again, hindi mo kailangan pumila. Diba? You just go in, present your QR code, we scan it, take a seat, and enjoy the show. But definitely, we will be selling tickets the same day.
GCash ba yan? GCash. So where can
Paymaya
buy the
Wow.
GCash, Paymaya, bank transfer. If you want to pay in cash, pwedeng sa Bayad Center or 7-Eleven. We tried to make it as easy as possible.
Super.
Go to the website, get the tickets. It's so easy. If you buy actually hanggang midnight tonight, may promo code pa rin. 10% off your tickets. Para sa Bayan is the promo code. It lasts up until midnight tonight. So if you want to get tickets,
everybody, so if you have GCash, you can do bank transfers. You got Paymaya, all the online portals. Kung wala, diba, do the stuff online. Tapos you can pay it yan sa 7-Eleven, sa mga bayad centers. You can definitely do that. Mas madali na yon. So once they get paid, so do they have to show the receipt or automatic na yon? Automatic mag-lodge
they're gonna get emailed a copy of the.
Yes, the system will send them an email with their tickets, which is basically a QR code, and they just have to present that QR code on the day itself. They don't have to print it out. It can be scanned from their phones. And also, if you guys want to see how to actually buy it, we have a video on our Facebook page where James tells us how to buy tickets from the website. So it's short, very very informative. We want to make it as easy and as simple as possible for the audience.
Pinapadali na ni TNT yung buhay nyo. So, pag may nag-comment pa, paano bumili ng ticket, how much, Diyos ko, diba? Page nila, mga ob-ob to mga taon to. Ayan, no? What's up, Marcus? Marcus Kongmon, okay, from DefTac Cebu, Vagabond MMA. Ayan, so you guys better, panoorin nyo. Okay, get the pay-per-view kasi malayo kayo, nasa Cebu kayo. Get the pay-per-view, watch the show, get the talent. Ito si Tito Pocholo talaga, rugby boy daw si coach sa heavyweight division daw. Hindi nga, hindi nagki-kickboxing yung dalawang yon.
Si rugby boy before, pero
diba?
If he can get his legs up, why not?
Diba? Tingnan mo natin. Galit pa rin siya kaya
Anyone who can fight is welcome.
All we'll say is that we vet our fighters. We will vet and make sure that it's going to be putting on a good show. But anybody's welcome.
Sakto yan. Speaking of vetting, what were your initial observations going around the different gyms, scouting different fighters? What were your initial observations when it comes to the kickboxing community or the kickboxing scene here in the Philippines?
I would say for the kickbox, at least on mine, and I'll let Miguel, because Miguel also went to a lot of gyms with me. A lot of the kickboxing stemmed on, at least from what I noticed, the point fighting kickboxing. Not so much what we're trying to do or how we're trying to build TNT. But point fighting is a good basis to start because they're quick. They have that good that twitch, that quick twitch movements, and as long as they could convert it to a more, I guess, how we're trying to run our matches, then it can work. We've also seen that there is a lot of crossover. I think you mentioned it earlier, Franco. A lot of Muay Thai fighters can make that transition to kickboxing. They can, a lot of boxers, if they're used to using their legs, kaya nila. A lot of MMA fighters who maybe their ground game isn't as strong as their striking, they can shift to kickboxing. Even like personally, my background's taekwondo. You can shift as long as you start using your hands. You can start moving into kickboxing as well. Of course, Yao Yan. We've straight up Filipino style kickboxing, right? So we see that there is a lot of kickboxing out there, but a lot of it was done for, I guess, personal training, not so much for the actual combat side of things. So now we're pulling a lot of fighters from other sports, but hopefully after this event, we're going to see more people focused on kickboxing. That's what we're looking to do.
Miguel.
Well, in my experience, when I did my rounds and I visited the gyms, a lot of the fighters I spoke to actually are crossing over from Muay Thai. Like James said, there are many athletes who, since we are the very first professional kickboxing promotion in the Philippines that is sanctioned by the GAB, this will be the debut of many athletes. A lot of them are crossing over from Muay Thai. And the question that I usually get from them is, what's the difference? Well, we explain that first. The difference is that in kickboxing, there's a higher premium placed on punches with regard to the scoring as opposed to Muay Thai. And of course, there are no elbows in kickboxing, but this is so that we can keep the action going with the punches. We want to see combinations. We have amazing boxers, we have amazing strikers in general, and those who have really deadly kicks. But what we really want to bring to the ring is we want fighters who can show us combinations with their hands, really solid kicks, and a mix of all of those put together. Because dude, we want to see people brawl. We want to see people get knocked out. In many ways, and we like speed, we like action. We like the pace of kickboxing. So when we explain it to them and tell them that in kickboxing, the clinch work is limited. There are no elbows, but there's a higher premium placed on punches. They get excited because they get to focus on, because a lot of them, they also box, so they also get to focus on working on their combinations. They get to bring that into their game. They get to bring that into the TNT kickboxing ring.
Before we go to JC, huge shout out muna. Yan, head referee natin yan sa June 24, Coach Brian Olod, one of the best in the business. Yeah, swerte si TNT. Nakuha natin to si Brian Olod. Sobrang galing nito si Coach Brian. Okay, JC.
Yeah, so my question is for James, kasi we all know that even if you go to a lot of different gyms, iba-iba yung level of ng knowledge of these fighters when it comes to kickboxing. Kasi like you said, meron yung iba na they're so used to the sport aspect, meaning yung point system nga, and may iba na they're not too familiar with the K1 style kickboxing rule set. How did you gauge their skills, and what was your process in actually choosing the fighters for your card?
So the process there, and this is a fantastic question. Process there was, as Miguel was putting it, we wanted to see combinations. We don't want to see someone who's just going to be punching, just going to be kicking. We wanted to see who can actually mix it up, who can be exciting. And that's how we put it together. We saw some, even though, like, for example, going back to that example that I mentioned earlier with Sandang versus Vallega. Vallega's a Muay Thai fighter, but he's got some hands. He can really put it together. He's got a solid uppercut. And in Sandang, I've seen his leg work. He's got, for a bare knuckle boxer, he can kick. If he lands one of those, he could break a rib. Hopefully nobody gets injured like that. But we wanted to see that's the thought process. Who could string together the most exciting fights? Like parang Tekken style or Street Fighter, like that. We're putting a premium on those combinations. You give me a 3-piece combo with rice, I'm gonna be happy all day. So that's what I was looking for.
Thank you. All right, Franco.
Diba? So at least makikita natin ngayon na the professionalization of kickboxing.
Iba yung level.
And this is a huge gamble. Make no mistake. Ako nung nag-launch si TNT, sabi ko kay Miguel, diba, this is a huge gamble. Pero yun nga, TNT is really has huge faith in the kickboxing community and the martial arts community of the Philippines as a whole. Na they're really looking forward na, kasi ako hindi ko siya masyadong naisip before. Kasi okay tayo sa boxing, sa MMA, okay. Si Muay Thai, nagre-resurgence si Muay Thai ngayon eh. Medyo maganda yung trajectory ni Muay Thai. I was really hoping kickboxing will pull some steam later on pa. Then all of a sudden, BAM! TNT! Sabi ko, medyo kasi ako, ang pinaka-worry ko sa ganyan lagi is the reception. Diba? Reception, acceptance. Diba? Then apparently, it wasn't, diba? Nalaman ko yung storya. Okay, it took some time before everything happened. Diba? You guys went through the process. Then you made sure na it was a professional league. That's the thing. I think that's the best feature ni professional league. Marami kasing nagpapa-Muay Thai or nagpapa-kickboxing dati-dati pa. Wala yung professional aspect or wala yung ganung level of recognition. That's why it didn't really flourish. So, this one is for Miguel. So coming into from concept to execution and now inaugural event, were there any changes in terms of the climate sa kickboxing community? Or I mean, kasi when you started, nag-promote kayo, di ba? Nag-promote, okay, TNT, we're here, ganyan. Then now we're leading towards Fight Week. Has everything become warmer? Has everything become more exciting? Was it something that you expected and you know that this was gonna happen? Kasi, syempre, the build-up is, the build-up is part of the process. So ngayon, was this something that you projected, or did it exceed your expectations?
Well, at the start, we knew that as the new player in town, we would be met with a lot of questions and, of course, like doubts. Like, sino ba yung mga to, di ba? Who are these people? Where did they come from, di ba? So at the start, what we really decided to do was to gain the trust of our athletes and their communities. So when we spoke to them, we made sure that we didn't just randomly call them. We set schedules. We told them we would be here on this day, and we would actually present to them our ideas. You know, we didn't just say, oh, lumaban ka sa araw na to. No, we presented them our ideas. We talked to them. We spoke to them. And then that's on the side of the talent. Now, on the side of our sponsors, we had to pitch. We really had to show our partners, these companies, that, you know, we are worth working with and that we will take care of you and that we are worth it. So we're very grateful that there are companies who have decided to sponsor us. Shout out to Red Horse Beer, the #1 extra strong beer. Thank you very much for being our co-presenter. And of course, shout out to Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Thank you for hosting. Thank you for being the home of TNT Kickboxing 1, Tunay na Tigas. And thank you very much to Viva Max Plus. We were actually surprised because when they saw our videos, they reached out to us, and we were pleasantly surprised. And we realized that we could really bring kickboxing to a wider audience, diba? Because it's very entertaining. Kickboxing is very fun. But going back to your question, Franco, I would say that we expected it to be difficult, and right now we're getting a lot of questions and a lot of excitement, and it exceeded my expectations. At first I was like, I mean, hindi naman tayo sikat, di sikat ng kickboxing, but then bigla ang dami nagtatanong sa page namin, dami nagko-comments, di ba? And then major news outlets would write about us, would cover us. We're like, wow, this is great. Thank you so much. We're so grateful. We're so grateful that that you took the time, to give our content a shot, to check us out, and of course to check out our athletes, to learn more about them. So, it was a process. It was a journey. It was a journey that had its challenges, and as we gear up into Fight Week, we just want to say thank you to everyone. We're excited. Thank you for creating buzz. Thank you to the fans. Thank you to the fans for talking about us. Thank you to our fighters. Our fighters always promote us because they're excited as well. In fact, some fighters that we reached out to, just to check on them, they would say things like, "Sana bukas na yung laban, excited na ako." And you know what? We're very excited as well. And we really want, we want the audience to be there live, see it live. If you can't be at the venue, you can watch it live on Viva Max Plus. Because there's nothing like watching a live fight. Nothing like it. The energy, it's electric. I've watched so many fights over the years, and it's a very unique experience. It's iba siya, pare. Iba. Ang saya. And at the end of the night, I have nothing but respect for the warriors who step into the ring. Because Pinoy fighters, they really leave everything in the ring. They fight like there's no tomorrow. That's why we're very excited to showcase our athletes to our audience on Saturday.
Diba? And this one naman is for James, and as much as you can share with us on the show, how was the entire process of seeing private entities, corporations, diba, good, diba, credible brands showing support sa isang combat sporting event? Kasi this is also the other aspect of promoting events na it's very difficult. Kasi admittedly, ano tayo basketball loving country tayo. Si boxing, we're a boxing country, pero you see very little private sector support. Tapos, here comes TNT, di ba? You guys are making it happen. You got Red Horse, you got Viva Max Plus, and then you have a list of other sponsors that you're gonna mention later. Di ba? What made it possible? How, di ba? What was working behind the scenes? What was the working formula?
Dagdag ko lang dyan
go.
Yeah, this is all considering na you are gonna stage your first event on
first event. Yan. That is a huge accomplishment.
Diba?
Huge. Yan.
I have to give a lot of credit to Miguel, the rest of our team, Luis Matos, our CFO, Trixie Magsino, our COO. It's a team effort. No one of us could have done this alone. We leveraged the hell out of everything that we had. We knocked on every door that we could. We wanted to showcase that this is a worthwhile investment, and that's what we want to do. And for all of our sponsors, for Red Horse, for Viva Max Plus, for every sponsor who we have now, and for our future sponsors, we want to show that we are going to be doing not only your brand justice, but putting them in front of the right eyeballs. It's not just fight fans. We're putting it in front of people who want to be entertained. And I think that's the difference. We're not just catering to people who want to watch a fight. We're trying to create, that's why it's TNT Sports and Action Entertainment is our full name. TNT Fight for short, because TNT Sports and Action Entertainment, medyo mahaba, it's a mouthful.
Mahaba yun.
Masyado mahaba. But that's the whole point. We're focused on providing the most entertaining content that we can. And so far, we've been doing, not to toot my own horn, we've been doing a good job, but we're really going to deliver on that promise on Saturday. And we want to, I hope I was able to answer your question, but I guess the whole point behind the scenes, it just took a lot of work, to be honest, a lot of knocking on doors, a lot of pitches, a lot of talking to different people, a lot of late nights, a lot of, adjusting to other people's schedules, talking to people that maybe they're in the Philippines, baka they're traveling, and we still have, that's the only time we could get them. We have to adjust, so it's just effort talaga, effort-based output, and the effort is showing, and we're very thankful for that.
And of course, we are looking forward to June 24, TNT Promotions. Okay, Tunay na Tigas, inaugural event, Phil Oil Arena, San Juan. Miguel Consing, please invite everyone, and where can people get their tickets and social media handles ni TNT?
Sure, thanks, Franco. So I'm inviting everyone to watch TNT Kickboxing 1 Tunay na Tigas this Saturday, June 24 at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City. You can get your tickets from our website, tntfight.ph. And if you purchase before midnight, you can use our promo code PARASABAYAN for a 10% discount. You can also buy tickets on the day of the event itself, but we suggest you buy online so you can avoid the long lines. Please follow us on our Facebook page, TNT Fight. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok, TNT Fight PH, and you can also find us on YouTube, TNT Fight as well. We also want to thank our co-presenter, Red Horse Beer, the #1 extra strong beer. Lakas ng sarap, lakas ng tama, pero di wasak. We want to thank Viva Max Plus for giving us a platform to show our pay-per-view. We also want to thank Phil Oil Eco Oil Center for being the home of TNT Kickboxing 1 Tunay na Tigas. And of course, we would like to thank the Games and Amusements Board for being such great partners. In fact, they are very supportive, and we are working closely with them to make sure that we give our fighters the best possible experience and to give our audience the best possible show.
Okay, that's it. Miguel Consing, James Gutierrez of TNT Fight. We are very much looking forward sa Sabado. Okay, June 24, first event ni Tunay na Tigas. Grabe yung fight card. Ako nagsasabi sa inyo. Okay?
Grabe talaga yung fight card na.
Yung ano na lang, okay? So ito pala. Last question before we let Miguel and James, before we kasi busy pa. Sigurado may meeting pa itong dalawang to. James, tell us, paano kalupit yung co-main event tsaka main event ni TNT sa Sabado?
Woo! We are freaking excited. Our co-main Manuel de los Reyes, Kervin Lampacan. That's going to be a technical strike fest. We have two. Their backgrounds in Muay Thai. Kervin has some kickboxing experience. Definitely has the K1 experience. Manuel's been his former national team. He's been fighting for a long time. Both of them have years of experience under their belt. So we're going to see such a technical strike fest for our co-main. And our main event, Arsenio Balisacan versus Ferdinand Aquino. Now, Arsenio's got a little bit more experience than Ferdinand Aquino, but you cannot count out the hunger in Aquino. Balisacan is as well. He's coming to prove something. Both of them are going to leave it all out. Like when we've interviewed them individually, when we've talked to them together, both of them are willing to put it all out on the line, all on the line for the event. And I'm very excited about both the main and co-main event. It's going to be, there's fireworks for sure. The only way to watch it is to watch it live. But if you can't, Viva Max Plus is the way to go.
Diba? Again, Miguel Consing, James Gutierrez, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so much for answering our questions. The questions sa comment section. I hope everyone got clarification. Make sure, you get your tickets to avoid the long lines. Everything's online. Very, very seamless. Madali na yan. Yes. You need more instructions. You go to TNT Fight on Facebook. They have an explainer video. You can put your questions in the comment section as well. Yung mga gustong lumaban sa susunod na event, message the Facebook page or the Instagram page para ma-scout kayo. This is yung co-main tsaka main event lang. Nung nakita ko, sabi ko, tapos ang usapan. Sulit na yung bayad dun sa co-main main event pa lang. Okay? These are household names. Ako nagsasabi sa inyo, these are household names. Magaling tong mga to. So dun pa lang sulit na yung ibabayad nyo if you're watching live. Mas sulit din lalo kung magpe-pay-per-view kayo kasi nasa comfort na kayo. Iba yung appeal. I mean, it's a totally different experience when you watch it live. So I have to watch it live. Okay? So TNT Fight, Miguel Consing, James Gutierrez, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate your time. And we will see you on Saturday. Okay? Boys, maraming salamat sa inyo. Maraming salamat. Bye-bye.
All right.
And that is
again,
Miguel Consing, James
Viva
Gutierrez.
Max Plus ha. Baka magkamali kayo.
Viva Max Plus ha. Hindi
Niremind na rin ni Moy.
Ayan. Ano natin ha. Viva Max Plus. Tapos, ano pala yan? So, hindi pala subscription yan. Sign up, tapos buy the pay-per-view. Okay? Yan.
So, you just need an
Coach
account
Brian
to get
Olod.
the pay-per-view. Thank you so much.
Ay, maraming salamat, Coach Brian. Okay, yan ang po ang gusto namin. Okay? Really educational po kami. May konting chismisan, pero alam mo yun, medyo, diba? We want to promote the events. We want to promote yung athletes, yung fighters, yung coaches, yung gyms. Yan ang gusto namin dito. Okay? See you, Coach Brian. See you, Coach Brian. Sabi, Viva Max, tigas na tigas. TNT rin to. Diba?
Sa bagay, TNT din naman talaga.
Bago natin tapusin yung show, okay? Dito tayo sa medyo slightly chismis portion. Ito si JC Reyes, okay? So si JC Reyes, so, di ba, video guy, resource guy, tapos, di ba, hindi ko maintindihan, bakit ba pag napupunta sa ibang event to, kung ano-ano nangyayari, dapat meron siya specific na trabaho. Tapos biglang may ibang mangyayari. Okay? So, medyo JC, pakikwento nga. Nasa si Florence Eusebio. Isa pa yan eh. Nagulat na lang ako. Nakita ko sabi ko, ba't ano nangyayari? Ba't si Florence yun? Teka, si JC yun na. Pakikwento. Tito JC.
So, isa sa mga tanong na nakikita ko kanina, right off the bat, nung pagpasok ko nung live, is bakit daw nag-iba ng hairstyle ko? Kasi it was not like this dun sa nung weekend, actually nung kahapon. The thing is, I mean, I did not expect na mapapasama ako doon sa nangyaring gulo. Okay, here's what happened. Dun sa event na yon, they had 4 fights. So they had 4 matches. First match was okay. I mean, it was the usual or the normal boxing match. Pagdating ng second fight, that was a 2-on-2 tag team boxing match na ginagawa nila. Yes. So pag pagod ka na, you can tag your teammate, siya naman ang papasok sa ring and kaya makipagsuntukan. So parang
Ang
WWE
galing!
style. Wild concept pero nakaaliw siya kung tutuusin. But the thing is, it was a fight between mga
Ano?
they call it mga Bisaya versus mga Tagalog. Ito yung mga teammates ni Boy Tapang and yung the Lontayo brothers. The Lontayo brothers, yung mga dikit sa MP Promotions na Lontayos. So, itong mga fighters, mga teammates ni Boy Tapang were part of the event on short notice. Parang mga 6 days lang kasi yung original na
So
kakalaban.
Battle of YouTubers to.
Battle
Battle
of
of
YouTubers,
YouTubers. Ilan dapat yung laban? So,
Apat
apat.
lang naman.
Apat,
So
tapos yung pinakahuli, 2 versus 2.
Actually, so one versus 1, 2 versus 2, 1 versus 1 and 1 versus 1. Pangalawang laban pa lang yung nagkagulo na yun.
Okay.
And,
Kasi naman, 2 versus 2 na
2
tag
versus 2.
team.
Mhm.
Okay, Professor
And,
Checkison for the
Oh.
FOTC
Congratulations.
Pampanga. Okay. Shout out sa gym nyo.
And then,
Okay, so 2 versus 2.
2 versus 2. And then yun nga, since itong mga Lontayo brothers, they were bigger, they were taller, and mas handa sila dun sa laban kasi nga short notice yung kabila and they did not expect that they were getting a fight. They were smaller, although mas mabigat din naman sila kasi nga hindi sila masyado nakapag-cut ng weight for that fight and stuff. Tapos, obviously, they were behind the scorecards. And yung fight was getting a bit more physical kasi may taunting nasa side ng Lontayo brothers kasi nga, I mean, Tagalog versus Bisaya na laban. I mean,
so
parang may
nag-aaway-away
beef na
na.
supposedly.
Trash talk.
And then, nung nare-realize nitong mga Team Bisaya na they were behind the scorecards, may pagsisiko na nangyari. And then, itong from the Lontayo brothers, supposedly, napikon. Yung napikon is, if I remember right, si David Lontayo, na according to his brother, si Mark Lontayo, is medyo pikon talaga yung kapatid niya na yon. So, what he did is, sinugod niya, after the bell rang, sinugod niya yung nakatapat niya, which is yung coach na lumaban din doon, and punched, rabbit punched the coach, tinatamaan na behind the sa batok. And then, naturally, yung corner nila mababad trip because of what happened. And then, may nagsisimula na sumugod sa pumasok ng ring. Nagwawala na sila.
Second bout pa lang Second bout of the event, di ba? So nagrambula na. So
nagkakabatuhan na ng mga bagay.
Isang kampo.
Yes.
So syempre, nadedehado sila. Nagkatirahan after the bell, tas nagrambula na. Paano umabot sa ganon? Di ba? Kasi nagulat na lang ako, umakyat ka dun sa loob ng ring kasi sigurado tinulungan mo si Florence. Buti na lang umakyat ka kasi kung hindi, mag-isa lang si Florence dun.
Ano yan eh?
Di ba? So, what was the, ano yung hirit that broke ano ba yung idiomatic expression na yun? Di ba? Ano yung hudyat? Di ba? Sino yung humirit? Tapos biglang nag-free for all na.
Yung punches to the back of the head, yung rabbit punches na yon, yung naging parang signal for the other side sa Team Bisaya. May isa sa kanila na pumasok na sa ring because dehado na daw sila. Ang problema nila, the other guys were actually bigger than them, way bigger at mas marami kaysa sa kanila. Even the bouncers dun sa event didn't know what to do anymore. Tapos
so paano napigil?
Si Reflo, tinawag niya na kami kasi lahat ng tatlong judges from that event are within our community, in the MMA community. So, ito lang.
So it was you, who else?
Dennis Torres Martin.
Tito Dennis!
Yes. And si
Tito Dennis. So si Tito Dennis, Tito JC, sino ba isa?
And
Ba't hindi nagsasalita si Tito Dennis sa comment section?
Kita mo hindi online, no? Kinakabahan eh.
Hindi ba online? Anak na muerte si Tito Dennis. Sino pa isa?
Si Brother Randy Uson.
Okay, so Tito Dennis, ikaw, si Reflo. So mga row 4 pala yung nandun. So buti na lang, magkakasama kayo doon.
And yun na nga, nung nag-start na magkagulo, tinawag kami ni Reflo, tara, umakit na kayo, umakit na to. Tinawag kami. Ako, sabi ko parang kaya pa naman yata nung referees. Tsaka yung isang kasama ko, si Randy, umakyat na. Nakita ko na parang may hawak na siya and I felt na parang baka sakali kaya na nung referee. But there was a guy na parang gustong sumugod pa kahit na hawak na sila ng bouncers. So, ako,
pumasok ako dun sa... na yung bouncer sa loob. Okay.
Actually, sa loob na sila. Hindi pa nila makontrol. Pumasok ako sa loob and gumit na ako. Tumalikod ako. Sabi ko, nasan ba dito yung walang camera? Tatalikod ako para hindi ako makita. Ipigiling ko na lang yung nangyayari.
Wala, nakita ko ba rin. Kitang-kita. Sabi ko, puta, hulmahan ng katawan na to si JC ta.
Sabi ko, patay nung nakita. And then, meron niyang isang coach doon na nung kabilang side, nung sa team lang tayo na medyo malaking katawan. And yung isang kasama ko, nag-standing RNC na sa kanya para lang tumigil siya. And parang iiyak na kasi nasasakal na ako, wag mo akong sakalin. Waga na siya. Wild. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, kumalma ka na kasi, sinasabihan ko yung tao niyan, kumalma ka na kasi, hindi yan
kumalma ka.
Kumalma ka.
Ayan.
Tapos yung isang kasama nila,
Tito Earl, di ka pwede magtago sa parang ang daming camera rin kasi.
Mga 4.
Diba?
Mamaya, may additional story pa ako na nagulat ako kung sino yung mga camera guys doon. Mamaya, after nitong kwento. So, yung isang nagre-reklamo na sinasabihan din yung kasama ko na bitawan na yung naka-RNC is one of the people who fought, si David Lontayaw. Nagagalit na rin siya kasi nga wala naman sila idea kung anong ginagawa. So basically, it was a rear naked joke. Standing rear naked joke. Nung kumakalma na yung tao, binitawan na. But then they had a skinny guy try to run across the ang tawag dito, the ring. Nakita ko. Of course, I had to tackle the guy to pin him sa corner ng ring and shout sa tenga niya. Pinagmumura ka. Sabi ko sa kanya, tumigil ka na. Hindi na natin
makachani pa raw ng isa. Makachani pa raw ng isa.
Yun nga, sabi niya, baka makasakali. Actually, what he did was, nambato pa siya ng gloves and then tatakbo dapat. Buti na nahuli ko siya. And then sabi ko, kung hindi ka titigil, hindi ako aalis dito. Tutuluyan kita.
Diba?
And then,
come on, di ba?
And ang balita ko lang naman is, parang nagkaroon ng debriefing after the event, and parang sinabi nung organizer, one of the organizers, si Makagago, na ngayon, alam nyo na, you're not supposed to mess with the referee and the judges because they can fuck you up. Yun ang sabi niya doon sa mga tao doon. And yun nga, I did not expect na makikita ako doon sa video. Kaya ako nagpagupit para hindi sana halata. Hindi kasi kaya magpapayat. Kasi may nagbe-message na sa akin, sabi ko, di ba ikaw to?
Wala, nakita ka, na-snapshotan ka.
Kitang-kita eh.
Pero kitang-kita sa hulmahan ng katawan. Si JC yun
It was such an experience na well, this was not the first time that it happened, that I did something like that. Yung previous one was at an actual MMA event a few years back. Pero yun naman kasi, mas madali silang kausap because they were fighters and they understood na, I mean, sa sobrang daming fighters na nandun sa event, lahat din gugulpihin sila kung magwawala sila. And then, dito sa event na to, because most of them are pretty much, ano ba tawag dito? Recreational boxers, if you may, or doing that for the event lang, alam na nila, I mean, if they face someone na may alam, I guess, yari sila. So, yun.
Ang
And
problema kasi dyan, whether it's scripted or not, ano yan tawag dito. Well, medyo isipin na rin kasi ng mga tao scripted kasi Battle of the YouTubers di ba? It's for entertainment talaga
Yes.
Ang problema kasi, they're gonna pass it off as an actual fight. Di ba? Yun yung parang gusto nilang palabasin na talagang nagsuntukan yung mga tao. Yun yung medyo it's the WWE side of them.
I actually do not know kung I think to a certain extent na scripted siya but hindi nila pinaalam sa actual organizers kailan makagago. Kasi right after the whole ang tawag dito, yung gulo, nag-a-appear na kagad yung dalawang sides.
Diba?
I mean, it looks like they did it for clout na hindi alam ng organizers. Which is,
diba,
I guess,
mahirap yun mahirap yun. Ang problema kasi, well, I'm expecting din, I'm definitely expecting people from our community to be a lot smarter. Pag nakita kasi sa mga YouTubers yan, magta-translate yan dun sa mga YouTubers na sasali ng ibang events. Isipin nila, so ako sa inyo kung gusto nyo gawin yung mga small rumble na ganyan, sabihan nyo yung organizers. Kasi for example, kami, hindi namin alam, may gagawin kayong stunt na ganyan. Diba? Medyo, iba ang magiging resulta. I'm telling you right now. Iba ang magiging consequences ng gagawin ng mga ganyang klaseng PR stunts. Kasi for sure, they did that for a PR stunt. They did that for the views. They did that to chase clout. Kasi maliit lang, konti lang yun 4 na laban lang 4 na laban. So, 4 na fighters. So, 8. Tapos 2 versus 2. So, maikli lang yung event. So, pwedeng, tama, di ba? Maikli. 4 na laban lang. So, maikli lang. 4
na laban lang, yes.
Di ba? So,
parang
definitely, para
hour?
humaba. Di ba? Para humaba. Pero yun nga it sends mixed signals. That's why it's good then na meron distinction between the entertainment side of things versus the real side of things.
Kasi ang the way they set it up is yung first 2 bouts were supposedly actual fights na talaga magsasakitan yung maglalaban, and yung latter fights, yung third and your last fight, dapat mga vloggers ang lalaban. So by then alam na natin na hindi sila masyado sasagad kasi I mean they have faces to protect dahil nga sa mga vlogs nila. But yun nga, ang nangyari dito is buti na lang we were level-headed enough to know na you can subdue people na nagwawala na hindi mo kailangan saktan ng matindi. Kasi I mean, if I was crazy enough, baka marami ko sinapak doon. I mean,
hindi, yun nga. Diba?
Kasi hindi mo alam Baka mamaya,
that's the problem. Pag merong isang tao doon na hindi alam yung script,
yes.
Diba? Ginawa niyo yun doon. Diba? Paano kung may mga taga-Elorde na nakita yun? Diba? Yung napadpad lang. Diba? Uy, may nangyayari sa loob ng ballroom tapos may gulong nangyari. Tapos, di ba? Hindi nila alam na joke time lang pala. Nagkagulo talaga doon. Puta na, knock-outin nila lahat ng tao doon.
Yes,
diba?
Yun nga
So it's a very, that's why, ang sa side ko naman, syempre, palabas nila yun Bahala sila kung anong gusto nilang gawin. Pero dapat, okay, if there's a script, everybody has to be on it. Diba? Everybody has to be informed. Walang biglaang impromptu shit. Kasi, delikado yun. 'di ba? From an event
Inisip
perspective,
ko nga,
delikado 'yun.
if kasi parang after what happened, mukhang crossing my fingers, mukhang kukunin pa rin naman kami for that gig the next time. Pag may gumanyan ulit at hindi na naman kami sinabihan, hindi ko na alam, baka may masapak na ako talaga.
Di ba? Kasi
I mean,
di mo alam eh. Paano,
Let
paano,
us know.
minsan kasi ito yung risk doon this is naman from a combative perspective naman. May mga tao kahit sabi mo scripted, kaya may mga tao madadala na rin ng emosyon o iisipin nila, ay hindi, tuloy ko na lang din to. Di ba? Baka may alam mo yun, may ganun nangyayari. May nadadala talaga ng emosyon or yung bigla na lang wala, mag-fall into character talaga. Di ba? They start hurting people, yan ang problema.
Before the event started kasi, I mean, nag-uusap na kami doon nila Reflo, no, ibang mga kasama sila dito, Dennis, na sabi ko, hopefully walang mangyaring out of the ordinary dito na kailangan nating ma-involve kasi sabi ko pa sa kanila, if ever kagayahin ko yung ginawa ni Chief kay Razi Jabari para lang mag-subdue ng tao, or siguro RKO or Batista Bomb gagawin kasi nasa ring naman.
Sabi nga
tulad na sinabi ni Earl. And yun nga, I mean, hopefully by now alam na nila na they just can't do the crazy stuff like that. Even yung mga bouncers nagulat sa amin kasi they did not expect na tutulong kami and that we were able
diba,
we were gonna be able to help them.
Diba?
Yun
Hindi
pa
mo alam diba?
Nagulat ako na for some reason parang ewan ko kung in the loop lang din ba yung bouncers or hindi talaga nila alam kung paano magpigil ng ganong klaseng gulo. Kasi I guess sa mga bars, ginagawa lang nila magbit-bit ng tao palabas ng bar. I don't know.
Diba? Hindi natin alam diba? Ang problema, basta it looks entertaining kasi, pero ang masakla pag merong gumaya sa labas. Ang pinaka-nakakatawa pa doon talaga yung commentary. Talaga sinasabi niya, pabayaan niyo sila. Pabayaan niyo sila. I'm like, wow.
And sila mismo nagulat
commentary, doon ko medyo naisip, medyo scripted. Scripted to. Sabi niya, pabayaan niyo talaga.
Ngayon ko lang na-realize.
Kung totoong away ito, kung totoong rumble to, ikaw yung nasa loob ng ring, hindi mo sasabihin pabayaan sila. Pag nasapa ka sa mukha ng solid, tingnan natin kung sisigaw ka pa rin ng pabayaan mo sila.
Ngayon ko lang pala na-realize na yung mga bouncers na nandun, halos lahat sila. They were the same bouncers na nasa DD nightclub and nandun sa silo nung huling event natin.
Syempre, grupo-grupo yan Grupo-grupo yan. Mga ano natin yan.
Sabi ko, nasa MMA event sila as bouncers, pero nandito sila sa gantong event but they did not know kung paano talaga magtigil na nagwawalay. Paano pa sa isang event, puro practitioners. Diba?
Hindi natin na... Walang pang-practice. Kailangan ko lang sa practice. Nako, si Coach Noel. Nako, paano po kung sumali dun yung kupal na nagpapag... Alam mo, yung sinasabi mo na yan, Coach Noel, merong isa doon, hinamon na yan.
Yes, ako yung naglabas ng video kasi sinabi niya sa akin.
Ayan, diba? So, tignan nyo na lang sa page ni JC Reyes. Hindi namin siya babanggit. Hindi namin siya bibigyan ng 2 seconds of fame sa podcast na to. Okay? Coach Ruel, alam mo yan. Hindi na natin, yung mga basura, hindi natin binibigyan ng, ng airtime. Pero, na-scoop niya na yan ni JC Reyes. So, look for the JC Reyes on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Meron ding doon. Kinall out yan. Kung sino man yung nag-call out na yon, yung lalaki nag-call out na yon, doon kayo pumusta. Diba?
And yun nga,
sino ba yung lalaki yun?
Si Mark Lontaya from MP Promotions. He's the
vlogger din yun. Kasi parang nakikita, alam ko
parang liaison siya ng MP Promotions, pero he vlogs as well.
Sa si Silver Voice.
Yes, si Silver Voice TV siya.
Tama.
Yes.
And yung mga
Ayan,
that guy. That guy. Kung. Okay, this is isang malaking kung. K-U-N-G. In English, I-F. If that fight happens, na for sure, for clout chasing, at sabihin na natin seryosohin nila yon, kasi sigurado, yung hinahamon nun, walang kaalam-alam yun. Okay? So, pagka balibag tayo yung laban nila, alam nyo kagad scripted yun. Pero sigurado ko, yun ang mananalo kung maglalaban talaga sila. So, tingin mo ba, Tito JC? May nangyari yan?
I mean, I guess kaya nga siguro nagde-decline kasi he knows na he doesn't really stand a chance. I mean, nagko-cover ng combat sports but doesn't bother to, actually take time to train. I don't know. Pero maiba lang ako nung konti kasi I mean, this is my second ever experience dito sa Battle of the YouTubers. I don't mean to throw any kind of shade dun sa event and all, but this is a different this is my perspective coming from the actual combat sports scene, dun sa kung ano siya kasi a lot of people are hating on the Battle of the YouTubers kasi nga it's a crazy event I mean,
pero entertainment siya. Entertainment
yes,
siya. Bracket
entertainment
under
siya.
entertainment.
And some people are saying sinisira nito ang boxing sa Philippines and all. Pero here's the thing. Sa ibang perspective, unfortunately, ang reflection nitong Battle of the YouTubers is how the casual combat sports fans see yung combat sports. They only know ang pagpapanood lang nila may dalawang tao sa loob ng ring or ng cage, nagsusuntukan, nagsisipaan, but they don't know exactly what's happening. Pag nasa ground na yung casual, sasabihin, nag-aakapan lang yan, tumayo sila dyan. Yun nga, they do not know what is happening and basta nagsasakitan, nagsusuntukan, nag-aaway. Yun lang ang alam nila about it. And they don't know kung, minsan nga, hindi nila alam kung sino na ba talagang nananalo. They base it kung sa sino may pinakamaraming sumusuntok, but are the strikes, are the punches really landing? Kasi katulad nung may isang laban doon na I mean, yung suntok is barely hitting the body or the face nung isang opponent, sa braso lang, and dito walang ibang tinatamaan, and may mga nagsasabi, uy, lamang yata itong isa. I mean, which is not true kasi malamang no legit punches landed naman talaga. So that's basically, it's yung Battle of the YouTubers, yung audience nila is for the casual fans, yung mga talaga zero knowledge. And this is actually a parang eye-opener din for everybody na kung gusto nyo talagang maintindihan ng boxing per se, Battle of the YouTubers can probably be a start for you.
Gateway.
Pero
gateway.
Tulad ng ginagawa sa US, pero better yet, if you can go to actual boxing events like sa mga actual promotions like sa Ilorde, sa Peñalosa, sa Blow by Blow, sa ARQ, kung saan sa UKC, kung saan pa, go there kung gusto niyo talagang maintindihan yung nangyayari kasi doon sa mga events na yon, may mga actual coaches, may mga actual mga fans who want to level up their understanding of the sport. Hindi yung puro away lang. Kasi sa iba talaga naman, away lang ang combat sports. They don't know anything else but away lang.
Diba? So at least ayan. So ako, I agree with that. Maganda siyang gateway para maintindihan niya yung actual sport. Okay. May pahabol si Coach Ruel Diaz versus Jake Paul. I hope it happens. I hope they sign the contract.
I think may press con na eh.
Medyo August daw, di ba?
Parang August daw. May press con na eh.
Di ba? Pero kasi ito yun eh. It's Jake Paul fighting another guy who's lighter than him.
Oo nga.
Yun naman tayo. Jake Paul is what like what? 190. 190 plus si Jake Paul. Si Nate Diaz
170
fights
at least.
155. If he doesn't want to cut weight, he fights at 170. So now, 20-pound difference. Ang layo. Okay, ang layo. Kaya pa po si Sir JC na sabihin, suntukan ng mga tanga. Ako magsasabi nun, suntukan ng mga tanga. Hindi pwede si JC. Si JC, kailangan si JC doon. Ako, hindi naman ako tinatawag doon eh.
Hindi na, di ba? Kasi nung una, they wanted a legit commentary pero eventually they got vloggers to do that. So, kasi masyadong technical nung ginagawa mo nung una.
pero tignan mo, 'di ba? Tignan mo, 'di ba? So, sasabihin nagsuntukan, tapos bigla nung nagka-rumble, pabayaan niyo sila,
Diba?
ano.
Yun
Diba?
eh.
Tangina,
Huge
diba?
reflection
Does it
na
sound,
eh.
diba? Ang sarap ba pakinggan, 'di ba? O ikaw akala mo hina-hype mo yung away. Sa tingin mo ba yung listener experience nakakatuwa 'yon? 'Di ba? Parang 'di ba? Nagmumura ka tapos 'di ba? Pwede mo pa rin gawing entertaining 'yun eh. Panoorin mo yung WWE, 'di ba? Sobrang entertaining. Alam ng lahat na scripted 'yun pero it's still entertaining.
Shocking din talaga yung whole experience lalo nitong recently kasi they have some choice words na never kong naririnig in our scene sa MMA o sa boxing or sa
kickboxing. Wala, yun yung market nila eh. Yun kasi yung audience. Yun yung audience
I'm not being conservative or anything, pero medyo this is not for the usual combat sports audience.
Ano sila eh, masa. Yun yung habol talaga nila, yung masa. The casuals, the masa, yung mga ayaw masyado mag-isip. Syempre, ibang market yun, so they're catering to that market. Hopefully, those people, they want to learn a little bit more and then they try to watch the really good ones. Pero, yan. Ganun. I mean, like levels to this.
Like the trajectory nung ginagawa na pag-promote nila Jake Paul where nung umpisa, medyo ganyan and then eventually, they did something to
make Pero tignan mo, si Jake Paul, nag-training, di ba? Nag-training talaga.
And
ano talaga siya.
Yung kaya Jake Paul sa kalimutan ko yung actual promotion sa DAZN to eh. And then, yung isa pang promotion called Creator Clash where, ganoon din, mga mga vloggers din sila. But, one of the most important requirements is they make weight and they actually train for the fights. Unlike dito
they actually train. Yan, Salt Papi, di ba? Tsaka yung mga nakalaban niya, mga vloggers, pero maganda yung laban, di ba? May tanong si Tito Bin. Musta naman kayo ni Mami Oni? Tama ba to? Mami Oni? Sino siya Mami Oni?
Si Tony Fowler yan.
Bakit Mami Oni?
Yun ang tawag niya sa sarili niya, Mami Oni.
Kasi she okay. Mami Oni. Mami, tapos Tony. Okay, yes, Mami Oni. Okay.
She's one of the, pinaka hosts sila ni Makagago ng Battle of the YouTubers.
Grabe yun, Diba? Medyo upper echelons na si Tony Fowler. Nandun pa rin siya. It's good. That's good. So, ano yun? Ibig sabihin, she has that relationship with the organization and the promotion. So,
I think parang mag-best friend sila ni Makagago or something. So,
yun naman pala eh. Tropa pala sila eh. Ano to? Parang may alam si Tito Bin na hindi alam ng ating mga manonood. Nakapag-uwi ka na ba ng iPhone 4? Ano yan? Ba't may iPhone 14?
Wala namang nagpapamigay.
May paraffle ba? Nagparaffle ba?
Parang may post siya before sa social media kasi I don't follow her. Na parang namimigay siya ng iPhone 14 or something. Hindi ko alam kung
fully paid?
Yes.
Haba?
Bibigay niya sa yung actual thing. Supposedly. I don't know the real story about that pero yun ang alam ko, namimigay siya yan sa mga needy.
Ito yun ang problema kasi dyan, the needy. So pag binigay mo yung iPhone 14 sa needy,
ibibenta nila yon kasi
ang iPhone 14 yun talaga yung trajectory. Bebenta talaga nila, di ba? Pero mas maganda dyan kasi bigay mo yung iPhone 14 dun sa mga kailangan ng online class o kaya bigay mo sa middle class. Ako hindi ko maintindihan. Itong mga social media influencers, kung mamimigay kayo sa mga masa or sa mahihirap, magbigay din kayo sa middle class kasi yung middle class sila yung taxpayer, di ba? Sila talaga yung nanonood ng content nyo kasi sila yung merong pambayad sa data, di ba? Medyo Ako para sa akin, napakakawawa ng middle class. Yung middle class ang inaabuso at pinakakawawang section ng
Hindi pinapansin
Pilipinas. Sila yung hindi pinapansin, 'di ba? Tapos sila yung nagpapatakbo ng ekonomiya, tapos pag may paraffol, sila yung hindi kasali. Anak ng Ewan ko na lang talaga.
Sinasabi na naman si Ben need lang isayaw yung MNM or MPL.
Anong MNM?
Hindi ko alam kung ano yan. Hindi ko na alam yan. Pero sabi nga ni Earl, iPhone, I have no idea. I don't dance. You don't wanna see me dance, man.
Wala. Can't, kami dyan. Hindi kami pwede dyan. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening, hanging out with us. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you so much to Miguel Consing and James Gutierrez of TNT Fight Promotions. Again, TNT Tunay na Tigas inaugural event June 24, San Juan Phil Oil Arena. Diyan yan sa San Juan, sa dulo ng P. Guevara yan, or whichever kayo mga. Basta Phil Oil Arena. Very good event. Excited for that one. And then June 25, it's going to be Muay Thai Association of the Philippines. Teka lang, I want to get this right kasi Map Family. Ayan. So June 21 to 25 is the 2003 Muay Thai Regional Championships. Okay? So this is the Luzon leg. This is done by the Muay Thai Association of the Philippines. This happens at the Multipurpose Arena Phil Sports Complex, Pasig City. That is yung Ultra. Okay? So I posted the event poster. Ayan po. Yep. So this is on my Instagram story and my Facebook story. I'll keep posting it throughout the week so that everyone knows na meron tayong ganyang event. And then I will also post this event poster. Registration is open. Marianas Pro Manila Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Tournament. So this is gi and no gi. This will happen on August 5 and August 6 sa Festival Mall Alabang. Okay? Here's the thing. Ito yung maganda dito. Get a chance to win a trip to Guam to compete in the Marianas Open Championships on September 16. So for you to be eligible for that, qualifier siya. You have to win Marianas Pro. Tapos you have to have, of course, a US visa. Kasi sa Guam siya gaganapin. And then July 1, High Rollers Lifestyle No-Gi Tournament. So lahat ng nagno-no-gi, MMA gyms, sumali kayo. July 1, High Rollers Lifestyle. Yung registration nasa High Rollers Lifestyle Facebook. Punta kayo doon. Click the link. Sali kayo. Alam niyo yun, si High Rollers Lifestyle, ang ganda ng production value. Tapos,
malapit na rin ang event na ng High Rollers Lifestyle. Diba?
Oo, July 1. Alam ko July 1 yan. No-gi event. One day no-gi event. Para yung mga no-gi enthusiasts, dumalaki na rin yung no-gi community sa Pilipinas. Let's keep supporting that. Okay? So, please follow, and support the JC Reyes. Ayan pala dapat. The JC Reyes, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I am all over social media as well. Coach Franco Rulloda, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Maraming salamat mga kapatid. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
48 Gym at Taytay Rizal ni Coach Oliver Molo.
Ayan, syempre, Coach Oliver Molo, 48 Gym at Taytay Rizal. Tapos, nakaplano na rin po ang aming face-to-face first locational episode. Ayusin natin yan. Very excited for that.
Na live kasi we did a recorded episode sa Makati.
Dati recorded episode kami. Face-to-face kami. Pero ito, gagawin nating live. Live on location. On location. We're just ironing out the details.
Yung camera na gamit ko, isa to sa mga cameras na gagamitin natin. Hindi ko lang madadala tong ilaw na gamit ko. But on location, pati si Franco nag-upgrade na rin ng kanyang camera that we will use.
Ayan. So mag-ano tayo, okay? Tignan natin kung anong setup yung okay. Para maganda yung experience din for you and for our partner during that episode. So everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening. Salamat din po sa mga nanonood at nakikinig ng replay.
Thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed the show. There are more things to come. Wala pa akong Brave updates pero we can probably recap that next week Monday.
Wala pa ring updates kung nagsimula na ba or what.
Tito Pocholo, anong finish na agad? 2 oras na kami dumadaldal dito.
Remember the name na binabanggit natin last time? Nakakalabanin dapat ni Kenneth Maningat. What was his name? Ahmed Amir? Tama ba?
Ano yun? Nag-UFC ata yun.
Ano pangalan ng mga kalaban? Iba na yung mga kalaban ni ni Kenneth Maningat. So the guy did not go up.
Abdul Al-Koyub.
So yung mga kalaban, ay parang hindi, weird. Parang hindi, ano ba to?
Basta Al-Koyub dapat yung walang updates, no? Kaya titignan ko Tignan natin. So hopefully we'll get more updates on that. Okay. Para malaman natin yung story ako ano talaga nangyari sa kanila. Pero everybody, as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week on another edition of Combat Sports Weekly Live. Bye-bye, everybody. Woo! Grabe yun.
Bitin daw
Nakakatuwa.